So when we listen to Moses today, we are listening to a Moses with experience. He has been leading and teaching for a very long time. He took on the terrifying calling of leading his people up out of slavery in Egypt, and he has seen that calling through, crossing the Red Sea and wandering in the wilderness and receiving God's wisdom on the mountain. He has served his people for 40 years, and now they are gathered where people can finally glimpse the land that they will settle in just across the Jordan River. But Moses will never get there with his people. He is very near the end of his life, and perhaps he is thinking about his legacy. Certainly he is thinking about how his people will fare after he is gone. He's no longer there to lead them. So in this moment, before they are parted, Moses wants the people to remember. He wants to remember all the things that he has taught them and take in everything that he's about to say so that they will have what they need in the challenges that still lie ahead. You must observe these teachings diligently, Moses says, for this will show your wisdom and discernment to the peoples who will say, surely this great nation is a wise and discerning people. And make sure to teach them to your children and your children's children. So here we are today, this morning, a few of the many, many inheritors of the wisdom of Moses. And I wonder what we know about what Moses taught. Does anything come to mind? What do you know of that Moses taught? I will take the seminary graduates later. Anyone know something that Moses taught? Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Yes. So his most famous teachings are the 10 Commandments. And I wonder how many of them we can come up with between all of us sitting here. Do you know that some of the 10 Commandments? What? Okay. Simon, what's one of them?
Number 7 is thou shalt not steal.
Okay, trying with the number here. The numbering is different depending on which reading you're. Yes, but do not steal. Yes. Don't take what belongs to others. Maybe also don't hoard what others might need. Yes. Great. We've got one of them. Anybody else?
Thou shalt not kill.
Yes. Don't kill. Don't use violence against each other or maybe also the earth. Yep. Honor your father and mother, honor your parents, show respect for your ancestors. We've got 3. I'm going to check them off as we go.
Don't covet.
Yes, which is a fascinating one. This is the last one that's mentioned, and it's about jealousy. So it's more about an internal action, how we think about what others might have. Yeah, I always find that one very interesting. Yes. Yeah. So the first one is like, I am your God. Yeah. Worship only me. Right. That's number 1. Mm-hmm.
Keep the Sabbath holy.
Yes. Keep the Sabbath holy, which is that's actually the longest one. The most detail is given about that one. It's about taking rest and making sure others have rest. The people who work for you, the land, that rest is something that's shared in your community. Yeah. Okay, so we got rest. There's a few we don't have yet. I mean, I can tell you what they are, but yes, go ahead, Joyce. Yeah. Be careful how you speak about God, what language you use about God. Yeah. Ruth was going to give one.
About idols?
Yeah. No idols or graven images, which is really about don't worship anything that's not God, right? Mm-hmm. So we've got almost all of them. So don't commit adultery, which honor your promises, be faithful to those who you love. Yeah. And also the last one, anybody know?
I lost a cousin.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul.
Is it love your neighbor as you love yourself?
Oh, we're gonna get to that one. It's not one of the 10 Commandments, though.
False witness.
Yes. We're bringing in all the seminary graduates at the end. Yeah, tell the truth, right? Be honest, and particularly deal fairly with your neighbors.
Yes.
Don't say they've done things they haven't done. Right. So the 10 Commandments, just to be clear, aren't all the things that Moses teaches. If you read the first 5 books of what we call the Hebrew Bible or the First Testament or the Old Testament, those books which are known as Torah in Jewish tradition, you'll find all kinds of other teachings of Moses, moral and social and political and liturgical. We don't follow all of the liturgical instructions of Moses. But the 10 Commandments may be the most important. And in those 5 books, there are also the pieces of what Jesus says is the Great Commandment, which Simon was referencing before, and also Susan actually also kind of referenced. So anyone know the Great Commandment? The Great Commandment that Jesus gives us. Someone says, like, what is the most important commandment? And this is what Jesus says.
Love the Lord your God and all your might. Strength and love your neighbor.
Beautiful, Ellie. Yes, yeah. Love God with all you are and your neighbor as yourself. Yes, with all your heart. And those 2 pieces are also found in the Torah. In Deuteronomy 6:5, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And in Leviticus 19, you shall not take vengeance or bear grudge against any of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself.
I graduated from high school.
That's great. Wouldn't it be so amazing if we were so observant of all of these teachings that someone would come across this community and say, surely this congregation is a wise and discerning congregation. Wouldn't it be amazing if we managed to learn all of this wisdom and then pass it on to our children and our children's children, future generations, to help them with the challenges of their lives? Surely you've noticed we are at the turning of the season from summer to fall. And for some of us, that means a turn from rest or travel to work or school or some other kind of routine. We're also preparing for big political decisions and transitions this fall, one way or another. We're going to have a new president in January. And I know some among us are also in seasons of personal transition right now. Transition of retirement or a job change, a tradition of growth, and new beginnings, a transition of loss or diminishment. So whatever this summer has been for you, whether it has like fulfilled all of your wildest summer dreams or brought grief or mild disappointment or just another few months of the same old whatever, we are turning again towards something new. And I wonder, what do you want to hold on to as you head into the fall? What do you need for yourself? What do you think we need as a community? Maybe it's a piece of the joy or consolation of the last few months, a gift that you want to savor. Maybe it's something that you've learned or a principle that you want to hold tight to. Maybe it's even one of the things that God taught us through Moses. But since we're gathering again here for the first time in many weeks, I'm going to invite you to talk with one another. But I know we've done that a lot this summer for those of you who've been steady in summer worship. We won't do this every week going forward. But think of something you'd like to carry forward with you and find someone to chat to about that for just a few minutes. Someone near you, maybe not a member of your family. Someone you haven't talked to for a few months. Does anyone have something they want to share? Just like a word or a phrase that they're going to carry with them? Or obviously one of the 10 Commandments that you've now going to take much more seriously than you have before. Yeah, Melissa.
Our family cooperated better on taking care of our new puppy this
Ooh.
summer, and I'd like to like retain that cooperation.
Family cooperation on puppy caretaking. I'm going to take that into the fall. Anybody else? Brian?
My girlfriend passed away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's some losses that we're grieving in Sunday Fellowship. Yep. And? The pleasure of gathering with family and friends. I'm just repeating in case people don't hear off the mic. So if you've had a chance to savor that this summer, take that joy with you.
Where? Here.
Yeah.
Keeping yourself busy.
Keeping yourself busy. You're going to try to do that this fall?
You both are.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was an aspiration or something you were avoiding. So. Can go both ways depending on what your life is like. So, David.
I'm able to give up my cane. I didn't use the cane.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
The joy of just singing with a whole bunch of people without paper, without anything, just under the stars at night, everybody just singing.
Ooh. Paperless singing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Singing
Sounds like
from,
something we should try.
Lots and lots
Yeah.
of improvised harmonies. I just know we can bring
Ooh.
that back.
that sounds. I'm going to be asking you more about that later. Okay. Yeah. Improvise harmonies, singing without paper, under the stars. Sounds amazing. Let's join together in prayer. God, fill us with your wisdom, guidance from the past, and hope from the future, and love and companionship and compassion in this moment, so that we might face with courage whatever is coming next. Amen.